What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to change the battery on your FJ Cruiser. Pretty easy to do. 80% of people who own FJs probably know how to do it, but for the rest of the people that don't and you want to change your battery, this is how you do it. It's pretty straightforward. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the negative terminal, and then we'll start doing the rest of the stuff. So you'll need a 10mm for that. Got my 10mm here. You don't need to completely remove the bolt. You just get it loose enough so that it just comes off the battery, and then you just want to tuck it on the side there. And then after that, what we're going to do is, so the bracket that holds down the battery, we have to remove that. So there's a 10mm bolt here, 10mm one over here, and just loosen the nuts enough so this bracket comes off. I was able to use a plier to start turning it, and it's loose enough that I could probably do it by hand. If you can't do it with a plier, please use a wrench or a deep socket. You don't want to wreck the nut. I just want to show you that once you get this loose enough, this fits in right under there, and then you could pull it out. It comes out just like that. And then same thing over here. It's hooked into a little piece over there, and you could pull it out too. And I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect the positive terminal. I just don't want this bracket is metal, so I don't want it to touch this and cause any issues. So same thing, just make it loose enough so this comes off. You don't need to remove the nut and take everything apart. This just makes life harder for you. You don't want to do that. All right, once you get this off, tuck it on the side, and then we're going to go ahead, remove this bracket without touching the positive and negative together. Here we go. This is out, and I'm just going to put it on the side. And at this point, you could go ahead and pull the battery out. And the reason why I'm changing my battery is this battery was leaking, and it started leaking onto the paint, and it rusted everything out over there. Oh, the big guy's here to pull the battery out. All right, guys, now that the battery's out, we have this corrosion or rust or whatever it is. We're going to go ahead, sand it. I'm going to make sure I have some glasses so I don't have any of these pieces flying on my face. All right, so I washed it. I gave it a little wipe. Now I'm going to wash it one more time. And I'm going to wipe it one more time. I'm going to go ahead, prime it. And then we'll go ahead, put the battery tray back on. And then we'll throw the battery in and then start the bad boy up and see what happens. So the battery is in now. Just putting the bracket on. So the short side of the bracket goes over here. The longer side of the bracket, like what I mean by long side is this piece, it goes over here. All right, so I finally connected the terminals. The bracket's on nice and tight. Terminals are connected. Everything's good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and fire up the FJ. And that's how you change the battery on your FJ Cruiser. I hope this video helped. And if you have any questions, just ask in the comments down below. And now I'm just going to let this bad boy idle for a bit and change all my settings back to normal. So yeah, your clock and your compass will be off. It'll automatically start up on Fahrenheit, but just press EM and it'll go back to Celsius. And yeah, and I'll just adjust the time in a second. Everything else seems to be fine.